Hello, Ian Saw, Chairman of TFGA with your weekly wrap. Well, what a dreary old day it is today. However, it's great. It's not very often that you drive from Hobart to the north of the state in continuous rain. Campbelltown at the moment on the way home, but we've had 18 mils of rain at home, which is absolutely terrific. And I heard on the radio lots of other places are getting more than that, which is good. Bit of a sad week for TFGA and for many people in Tasmania with the passing of Max McKenna. Max, without a shadow of doubt, was a stalwart of the TFGA, involved in TFGA for a long time with a range of committees. But more importantly for Max and for Tasmania, he was a visionary for the potato industry and indeed the vegetable industry as a whole. And I'm quite convinced that if it wasn't for Max and his contemporaries, then the potato industry as we know it wouldn't be like it. So sad day, and those people that it'll take multiple people to fill Max McKenna's shoes, because you don't get many Maxes around. So on behalf of the staff and the board, to Max's family and friends, we send our condolences. And so there's a bit of a schmozzle going on at the moment with the free trade with the EU. The EU is a huge market for free trade in Australia, and Tasmania will get significant benefit from that, but it's all on naming rights again. I just can't believe it. It goes on. We've had it with champagne and Bordeaux in France and wines, but now we've got it with prosciutto, with parmesan, mozzarella, feta, etc., which is an absolute nonsense. So I think that on this issue, it's fair and reasonable to protect regional naming rights. So I think like Parmigiano is a region in Italy, and so that's fine. But to try and protect the word feta, we've had Italian migrants and others who have been making cheese in Australia for the last 150 years, and they've been naming it what it is. So I think that we have to look at that. Some people might be saying, well, does it affect Tasmania? Well, Dairy Australia have said that that dairy would be losing about $95 million a year on this, and Tasmania, of course, benefits greatly from that industry. So it will have an impact, and let's hope we can work that out. I met with the presidents of down the Eastern Seaboard last week of the state farming organisations, and the main issues there were about power prices, which are increasing. We've got grave concerns about that, and also about compulsory acquisition legislation, and I will be talking more about that in coming weeks as we put together a framework that's badly needed. Very disappointing this week that the housing legislation hasn't gone through as it's went to be. It seems to be politics that's holding that up. I've written to Minister Watt, and I've also written to Senator Collins, a Tasmanian senator, giving our support to that, getting that legislation through. It's really important that social housing becomes available in Australia. We have more people coming to Australia than leaving, but more importantly, as we keep saying, that we need those houses in rural areas so farm workers with the more intensive industries have a place to stay. So we'll keep you abreast of all of those issues, but until next week, enjoy the rain, take care.